Legacy International.
Good evening, everyone. This is LeAnn Lyon, your host for the Lyon Legacy Health Hour on WWCR. And yes, it is Tuesday, February 17th, 2004, and we are coming to you live. Hi, caller. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hello, Joe.
And I just want to tell my story about what happened with my pain and problems that I had. It started in 1999 in August, and I suffered with pain in the muscles and joints for a year, and I doctored, and they gave me pills, and in the end, at times I was on ibuprofen and a whole lot of pills every day, and I suffered through all of this pain, couldn't sleep, and finally, from in the year 2000, they had put me on prednisone, and I took that from March of 2000. And it just, I couldn't get off of it because the pain was so great. And I called in the show. I listened to shortwave radio and happened to hear the midnight show of LeAnn Lyon on November the 15th, 2000.
Oh, excellent.
And that's when my life changed. At that point, LeAnn Lyon told me to get the magnetic mattress pad and drink the water and everything. And he had asked me some questions that night, LeAnn. He told me, do you drink Diet Pop? And I said, yes, I do. He says, well, that's what's one of the problems with you. And I got my mattress pad and my products in December the 5th of 2000, which is a little better than 3 years ago now.
Wow.
And today I'll be 54 years old in next week. And I had started that pain when I was 49. And then at that point on in my life, I just got better and better and stronger. And today I feel better than I have felt in the last 25 years, and that's no baloney.
Wow. By
sleeping on the mattress pad and drinking the water. The thing that I want to say is that magnetics work. There's no baloney about it. It saved my life, and LeAnn Lyon saved my life. If it weren't for him, and I hit rock bottom in November of 2000, and the reason that I had called him that night is I couldn't sleep. When I'd get in bed, I just couldn't sleep. I had so much pain. I'd lay in bed, and in 10 minutes, I'd be back out and walking the floors of the house, and I just couldn't sleep, and I was just going downhill. And after Lou told me that, and I got on the magnetics, it was just, and now today, got all my strength back. I'm stronger today than I've been in the last 25 years. That's no baloney.
That it's almost 54, and by the way, happy almost birthday.
Yes, thank you.
Almost 54. You feel better than you felt since you were, 30 years old?
That's right.
That's incredible.
If it weren't for him, I'm telling you the truth, there was some of those drugs that those doctors wanted to give me. If I'd have taken them, I could be dead, and that's the truth. That is the truth. I told Lou this many times. I used to call him all the time.
Yeah.
During the day and everything, and I tell him how he saved my life, and he's just so modest. He just say, "Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling well."
That's
what he used to tell me. But I used to tell him, "Lou, you could put your thumb in your lapel any day because you saved my life, buddy."
Yeah.
And he really did. That's the truth.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And you know what that does too is you're calling in and you're sharing that is it's the call to somebody new listening here who hasn't heard it, who's sitting out there thinking, yeah, well, this is interesting. But, listen, people like Joe, Don, Tim, they're all calling in with real testimonies.
And that's the truth.
And, Joe, I so appreciate your calling in. I hope to talk to you again in the future.
Well, I want to, when you give that address tonight, I'll write you a letter.
Sounds good. Take care. Many times we would hear about, people would hear about us from their friends. Or, like Joe's situation, just can't sleep from the pain, up all night. And yet, people would call in and they'd discover this. Lou would often talk about first-hand experiences as well. He told me of a story. Oh, here's a good one. He told me of a story of a visit to a doctor he had experienced. I'm sure this is one of the reasons Lou did have such a lack of confidence in the medical profession. This doctor took an x-ray of his chest and later came back and told him that he had small spots on his lungs. The doctor said that these small spots were most likely developing cancer and suggested that they schedule surgery immediately. Unfortunately for the doctor, I guess, and fortunately for Lou, Lou was an experienced photographer who had developed many of his own pictures, something I've also done. And Lou took a look at the X-ray and found that the spots were blemishes in the X-ray film. 45 years later, and until his death, Lou had never again had signs of cancer in his lungs. Had he himself not experienced this and knew that there were better options for you, perhaps our company and our quest to improve your health may never have come about, but hey, whatever it takes, the Lord works in mysterious ways. I assure you, we will continue on with Lou's legacy, just as he would. For any of you tuning in right now, we are sorry to let you know that Lou recently did pass away peacefully in his sleep. Unexpected, we had just no clue, but this broadcast is dedicated to him, to his memory. We've had some excellent callers calling in, sharing testimonies. And Lou built this company on the foundation of integrity, trust, and the desire to help others. Many in the earlier developmental stages of our product lines, many times he would disregard company policies and let people return products that were clearly abused and worn because they did not hold up the way he felt they should. There were times he would get a call from someone in dire need of our products who could not afford to pay them right away. He would call the office and have them send out whatever the person needed and allow them to pay when they could. Sometimes the payments came and many times they didn't. This show is dedicated to the memory of Lou Lyon. Are you one of the people he helped? Call in. Share your story. It's a way of giving tribute to this great man. Please call now. Or if you have any questions, comments, testimonials about my comments at the beginning of this show with regards to Lou, call in. I think I have another caller right now. Caller, what's your name?
This is Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
I'm the guy Lou saved from the hospital that had gallstones and liver stones.
Oh, wow.
They wanted to remove my gallbladder, and they had, the doctors there had injected me with diabetes. And I was getting 3 shots a day and getting my fingers plucked. I was there 6 days for diabetes test. I called Lewis from the hospital. He answered my call right away, and I told him of the situation that I was in, that I had ate for years 12 and 15 pieces of chicken with the skins on them. I ate a lot of stuff with margarine on them. And I was just packed with gallstones and liver stones over it. Told me how to place in magnetic bricks. He sent me coral calcium and ST-Zyme and Mega Green plus
MSM.
MSM.
Yep.
And Bio Omega. And by golly, after a little while, a month or so, I really started to discharge this stuff.
Great.
And I'm glad I kept my gallbladder, because if they would have removed that, they would have sold up the liver, and there would have still been liver stones, and down the road, I probably wound up in a nursing home.
Listening to other people who've had success stories, seeing what can work for you, that's the key.
Incidentally, I was 52 years old, and I had been a wild man with food ever since I was 16.
Yeah?
It's been 2 years, a little over a year and a quarter since the incident took place, and I'm fully recovered.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm not quite to 321 push-ups yet.
Hey, pretty good.
But I'm at 84.
Excellent.
Because that took a lot of energy out of me when I had those gallstones.
I'll bet it did. Well, thanks for calling in. You keep working on those push-ups and give me an update in a few weeks, okay?
Okay, and you keep up the good work and continuing the continuation of Lewis's legacy.
Thanks very much, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Again, another testimonial, and this one having to do with those nutritionals, exactly what we were talking about. How much pain do you have to be in before you decide it's too much? It's time to do something about it. The Eraditox Pack is the ultimate bioenergetic detoxification program. Many illnesses, diseases, weight disorders, addictions, pain, Other problems are the result of over-acidity and toxins in our body. If you're waking up tired in the morning, there's something wrong. If you're suffering from colds every other week, and they last a week, wake up. There's something going on here. Do you crave carbohydrates and sugar? Do something about it. The Raditox Pack is just the right beginning for you. You can wake up with energy. You can actually begin to crave healthy foods instead of sugars and carbohydrates. This Raditox Pack is absolutely the best gift you can give to yourself. The pack is based on the process that LeAnn Legacy International has developed, known as the 3E process of eradicating, extracting, and energizing. 3 E's. Eradicate, extract, and energize. Bioenergetic nutritional products, colloids, and our superior magnetic products work together to eradicate acids and acid-causing yeast, extract them from the body, and energize your cells. All of these products help to energize the cell. Our cells live at a vibrational frequency of 70 megahertz. Food we eat that have frequency over 70 megahertz will not require any cellular energy to process and will be 100% usable in our body. Foods that resonate below 70 megahertz while providing some nutrition do not energize the cell and can directly contribute to cellular degeneration. Mega Greens plus MSM carry a frequency of over 250 energizing megahertz, which promotes true cellular regeneration and reduction to overall acidity in the body. Here's a testimonial I'll read to you. By the way, you can send your own testimonials to me at LeAnn, LeAnn, at LionLegacy.com. But this testimonial comes from Glenda in Broken Bow, Nebraska. My battle with chronic fatigue has been ongoing for some 16 years. The tiredness or fatigue was chronic and activity-related, which limited my work as a registered nurse. She's in the medical field, suffering for 16 years. She says, my husband and I together began taking the Mega Greens with MSM and had positive results. Then we took the plunge and did the Raditox cleanse. Our reward was a 10 to 13 pound weight loss, which has stayed off. Great increases in energy, decrease in symptoms, and no allergy attacks this spring. You can't argue with results. And that's from Glenda in Nebraska. About magnetic products, you need to have them ready to use when you need them, not just ready to order when you need them. These people have called in. They have the bricks. They have the mattress pads. They're there ready. We keep a Neomax available. When our kids bump and bruise themselves, they know where to get it so they can put it on their bodies. Every house should have a Neomax magnet in it for bumps, burns, bruises, and other localized aches and pains. Lou, of course, also recommended everyone have a magnetic mattress pad to sleep on, and we have one that will suit your needs. Just call in. Ask questions. We'll get you set up. You can also call in to get a copy of our catalog. Again, if you're listening to this for the first time, you need to call this number. Write it down, 800-778-5731. That's our office number during the daytime. Central Standard Time, we're there. Call 800-778-5731 to get a catalog, or visit us on the web at www.lionlegacy.com. That's www.LionLegacy.com. Well, it's been a great hour, and I appreciate all the people who have called in and shared the testimonials with us. Again, thank you for calling in. I look forward to working with you. If you have people who have questions, you can start calling in with questions too. I really appreciate everybody sharing how the products have helped you. It's so important to continue to share that with one another. In closing tonight, I want to thank all of you for your questions, your love, and your support. I'm very excited and honored to have this opportunity to improve your health and well-being. Each broadcast, I will be covering a new product and providing you with more information to improve your life situation. We at LeAnn Legacy are dedicated to improving everyone's health. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the word out to everyone on our own. We rely on you, our faithful customers, to spread the word. If you have any further questions about our products, do not hesitate. Call us. Call our knowledgeable customer service representatives between 8 and 5 Central Standard Time at 800-778-5731. Or get your copy of our 2004 catalog by calling that number or checking us out on www.lionlegacy.com.